So we were referred about Dazzler, by a friend, and then we got to know about them, and then we asked for a meeting, and then we met uh, Anshu, Sanjana, and Mr. Kamaljeet, and the first meeting itself, uh, we started feeling that yes, this could be a team we need to go with for our dream home, and then we obviously went through a whole process of uh, you know sharing our views about our home, what type of home we want, and also ended up being to some places where they have done the execution already. Then I think so we knew that this is the team we need to go with. Okay, so there is a lot of pre-work we did, me and Shilpa, before we started with even anyone, from a design company point of view. Um, so I would thank Pinterest probably, because that's how we started looking at what type of house we want. Um, and the whole theme of the house which we thought probably we would like to have, the type of home we would like to live in was a modern urban contemporary house, and that's what basically we started working on. And obviously once we shared our thoughts in terms of what we want from our home, then it was very well reciprocated by the designers, both Anshu and Sanjana, and then they started building it up from there, from our ideas to the design, and then it went ahead from there.
For us, I think the fact that we wanted it to be modern, we wanted it to be extremely functional as a house, and just wanted to keep it simple. So, be very clear, we don't want many elements. So, we had like a storyboard, there was like four colors, few elements, textures that we were very clear of. And the great thing is that, we got that listening time from the designer and the company, and then, they could actually build further on that. So few elements we were very clear that we wanted to be very very simple. And yeah, I mean, nowadays I think there's enough and more available, right? YouTube, Pinterest, all of that. We really capitalize on all of that material that's available. So yeah.
So I would like to add a little here. When we started, like when you go and you start searching, right, online as well, you need to have a fair understanding of what you want from your home, right? Because there is an abundance of content available online. So we realized that we were like narrowing down to a modern urban contemporary house, which we wanted. A lot of inspiration came from some specific Instagram pages as well as YouTube channels. There were Then we realized that we are very narrowing down to a very a design which is very very famous among the Southeast Asia cities, because these are like small houses where functionality and the whole appeal of the home comes together, rather than just being functional or beautiful. Both things work in tandem. Few elements, but very strong elements we wanted in our house. So if you look at the way we have done our TV unit wall using marble, the whole dining plus breakfast table which we have created out of the home, the especially like the master bedroom which we love to be in, and the dressing we have been able to create out of that place. The clear straight kitchen, we could we could get it in a small space like this. That was fabulous. We really wanted our home to look very simple, so we moved ahead with hidden doors, which was not done generally in India. So all these elements, there are elements which are very very strong in the house, and a lot of those inspirations came from our thoughts, and then our designers obviously put a lot of practicality to those thoughts. So we had ideas, but not every idea would be a practical idea. So they were the best people to tell us what they can execute and how we want our home to be and what they can deliver as well. So that's basically, I would say, was an inspiration.
So I think that's really the best part, and that's where it all started, right? And I think the first meeting we had lots, as you know, we shared earlier that we'd done a lot of research. We had just so many ideas, right? So I think the first meeting itself, they were such a great listener. And that is where probably we clicked, because we understood that for them it's not about just doing something that they are comfortable with, right? Our ideas were slightly newer, like they wouldn't have a couple of things were never executed by them in past, right? But they were very receptive of our idea. So I think that's where we felt really being heard, and we clicked as a team, right? So we, of course, it was like quite intense conversations, because at times, look, you had to have something in your mind and you're not able to sort of you know explain it to the others, right? But I think a couple of meetings and just being open to hearing us out, seeing through multiple images that we would send, videos that we would send to them, right? So I think they really got a great hang of what we want, right? And they really got it, and that's why today we have what we had thought of for us as our dream home.
Oh yeah, matlab, actually, I would say that because we had done a lot of pre-work in terms of what we want from our home, and a lot of content was available with us already, that we wanted this type of TV unit, our home has to be in these colors. So, other than listening skills, I think so they really reciprocated on the way we are moving towards making our house. So they were appreciative of us, that we are putting a lot of efforts, and what happens is, I think so some the designers told us that because we have a lot of clarity in terms of what we want, it has become very easy for them to put it across now and build it together, because that's where the skills comes in. You can think of few things, but when you really need to put it on the paper with the measurements and all which comes with the home, it becomes very difficult, right? You need to really understand what can fit in, what not. And then they actually have done a fabulous job of fitting most of our big ideas into the home. uh, I think so it's great to see and to live in a home where we are living today. So it was a very intense, process. I would say it almost took us like from the time we started thinking of the design part to the execution. It almost, took us a long time. But after we were sure that we are going with the Dazzlers, it really speed up from that moment, and then they started really working quickly on a on our designs, and then from there to the execution part of it. um, I think so they took it very personal, or personally, also when it comes to my home. I'm really thankful to them. I could see their personal efforts getting into the way they designed it, and then in the execution stage, how they really worked with us to get all our elements come in life, right? So uh, a marble wall would can create a lot of issues, right? So starting from sourcing a good stone, which is not easy. Now we understand that, and the size of glasses we have put in the home, the type of partitions we have created in our bedrooms. It was not an easy task, and a lot of it also, like was complicated, because it is generally not get executed in a home of our size generally. So but I think so they were
Yeah.
experienced enough, and that's how they really managed to deliver us everything what we thought of.
Yeah, and I also want to add, I think, the great thing that they were very flexible. Like, they would have, of course, their expertise and a lot of learnings that they had had, but at the same time, they were very flexible to sort of acknowledge that, we're very touchy about certain things and ideas, right? And even if it felt like, making something really difficult happen, they worked alongside. They never asked us to sort of compromise on certain things that we were very particular about. For example, as he mentioned that this marble, we realize it's a natural stone, so you can't get it in the size and shape and design and color that you want, right? And we were very particular that we wanted for our TV, behind the TV unit, right? It's been it's been a massive effort, to be very frank. Like, we'll end up liking the color, not the size, and but they partnered, they stood by us, they never said that why don't you change your choice of color, right? I mean, they were just like, okay, if our client wants this, they want this, let's make it happen together, right? And that goes for every single thing. There's never a moment where we felt that we had to compromise on what we wanted just because there's no time, or just because it's taking so many efforts, or for any other reason, right? I think and the fact that for us it is our house, like the one and only house, right? But for them, they sort of make so many houses. But I think the fact is, they sort of they made us feel that this is again one of the house for them and not just another house, right? I think it has been just amazing that ways working with them.
So, looking at the complications which came with the design and the type of choices we had made in our materials as well as the signature elements and all, we knew from the day one that it is not going to be an easy task, and timelines would needs to be a little flexible, right? So, keeping all the complications and signature elements and the type of home we wanted, and they have been able to deliver without compromising a little also on the quality. I think so. We are very happy from that point of view. We can very happily say that after being here for in this home living for a few months now, that it's important to make sure that your delivery is proper and within time, but most important is that the quality what you have thought of gets delivered to you, and you really feel happy about being in your home. Every project like this would go through some timelines changes and all, which I think so all of us, we know that it would happen, but I think so more or less we have been very happy from the quality, timelines and the delivery of the home.
And I think, to be very frank, we were also flexible. We've been practical because we were very adamant as a client on certain item, certain, particular things that we wanted. So we knew what we are signing up for. But yes, of course, I think the greatest part is that just been no compromise whatsoever on any of the products, any of the sections, anything that they made. I think it's just been amazing. And now, since we can say even more, because we've been living in the house for a few months now, and it's truly the house that we had thought of, right? So it's truly like they actually helped us bring our dreams and our imagination to life. So I think we're very grateful for that, and very happy about the whole association and the work that they've done for us. Absolutely, without doubt. And I think at times when you see certain things on pictures and all of those things, it looks a certain way, right? But it has to be also about functionality, right? I think we were given a reality check many a times by them, and I think thanks to their expertise and flexibility, that in the moment we realized that okay, this we want it this way, but probably it's not going to work out, right? But whatever we then confirmed on and whatever we agreed upon, I think it's exactly that. It's just the exact house that we wanted to live in, and that's the great part, really.
I think so. We are very happy. I'll start again. Huh? Yeah. So I think we are very happy. That we really could work with Anshu, Sanjana, and Mr. Kamaljeet on this project, and the proof of the fact that we are happy living in the house says a lot about the effort and the work they have done for us. We have some friends and family members coming and living with us, spending some time here, and we could see it in their eyes every time anyone comes to my home and they see the home, and they really are That sometimes must mesmerized with the fact that we are really, they are really witnessing a house like this. So uh, finally, I think so. It has been a great association with Dazzlers, and I really want to thank Anshu, Sanjana, and Mr. Kamaljeet and team to deliver us our home, and would really recommend them every time anyone comes across.